Seeing that Ning Tian knows her secret, Sister Tianxiang is instantly startled and panics. She quickly steps back and cries out in shock, "How did you know?" Ning Tian then looks at Sister Tianxiang and asks coldly, "What? Now that I've seen through you, are you planning to silence the witness?" Hearing this, Sister Tianxiang calms herself and says to Ning Tian, "My apologies. I lose my composure. You are right, Patriarch. I am indeed not a human, but a member of the peerless enchanting Sky Fox clan." Upon hearing that, Ning Tian asks her, "The peerless enchanting Sky Fox?" Sister Tianxiang then says to Ning Tian, "If you don't believe me, Patriarch, I can prove it to you. However, I must ask you to help me conceal my aura, lest I am discovered and bring about unwanted trouble." Ning Tian replies without hesitation, "No problem." In the very next moment, he creates a barrier around them, sealing off the surroundings. Sister Tianxiang then begins to reveal her true form to Ning Tian, and from behind her, foxtails emerge one after another. Seeing this, Ning Tian is stunned and says, "So you truly are of the fox demon race." Sister Tianxiang corrects him firmly, "To be precise, Grand Master, I am of the peerless enchanting Sky Fox clan." Hearing this, Ning Tian asks, "Is there a significant difference between the two?" At this question, Sister Tianxiang grows slightly angry and explains to Ning Tian, "Fox demon is a general term for all fox-type beings within the monster race, whereas my peerless enchanting Sky Fox clan possesses the most powerful bloodline among them. If one manages to cultivate 9 tails, they can even rival powerhouses of the god realm. Regrettably, we are also an abandoned clan." Hearing that, Ning Tian looks at Sister Tianxiang in surprise and asks, "An abandoned clan?" Sister Tianxiang turns her face away from him and says softly, "I'm sorry. I cannot disclose the reasons why at this moment." Ning Tian replies calmly, "No matter." Then he looks at Sister Tianxiang and says, "Looking at you now, even if you are in trouble, it is not an immediate threat. In the future, if you can think of something better to offer, or if fate truly brings us together, I might just change my mind." Sister Tianxiang lowers her gaze slightly and says, "Then I shall stop disturbing you, Patriarch." After saying that, she turns and begins to walk away. At the same time, Ning Tian falls into thought, "The peerless enchanting Sky Fox clan, huh? That reminds me of someone. How interesting." Next morning, the Chaos Altar Stadium is completely packed and buzzing with people. In one area, Nihongi, Sister Tianxiang, Ning Tian, Princess Yueling, and Yuqin are sitting together. Seeing the massive crowd, Yuqin exclaims in amazement, "Wow! There are so many people." Nihongi explains calmly, "The Chaos Altar is crafted by several God Realm experts. It is large enough to hold 1 million people. Combined with the fact that the Chaos Grand Assembly only happens once every 1,000 years, it is only natural that it is crowded." Ning Tian then says with a hint of impatience, "I hope that the 10,000 Swords Son of God shows up soon. I'd rather not waste my time." Nihongi then looks at Ning Tian and says, "Don't worry. Given his personality, he will likely show up. Patriarch, you've just arrived and aren't very familiar with the Sky Dome domain yet. Since the assembly hasn't officially started, would you like me to explain a few things regarding the Chaos Imperial domain?" Ning Tian nods slightly and says, "I'm all ears." Nihongi then begins to explain, "In truth, given your strength, Patriarch, you need not worry about most people in the Sky Dome domain. The only ones you should be wary of are the 3 major powers on the surface. The most massive dynasty in human history, the Wuji Divine Dynasty, the most mysterious Heavenly Secrets Pavilion, and the most arrogant Void God Heavenly Palace." Upon hearing the name Void God Heavenly Palace, Ning Tian lets out a faint smirk and says, "The Void God Heavenly Palace, eh? Heh." Seeing his reaction, Nihongi quickly adds, "Patriarch, you must not underestimate these 3 powers, especially the Wuji Divine Dynasty. It is said they dare call themselves a Divine Dynasty, because they are backed by a true god." Ning Tian looks slightly surprised and asks, "A true god?" Nihongi nods and continues, "Exactly. Rumor has it that every 10,000 years, a true god descends upon the domain of gods. The Wuji Divine Dynasty has stood for at least several 100,000 years since its founding." After hearing all that, Yuchin exclaims in shock. Wow, then doesn't that mean they have dozens of God Realm experts? Ning Tian looks at Nihongi and says with interest, I didn't expect the Chaos Imperial City of the Sky Dome domain to be this exciting. Nihongi nods and replies, indeed. Beyond the humans, there is the Eternal Monster Domain, the Endless Demon Abyss, and the Unknown Sea region. If you make a name for yourself in the Sky Dome domain, Patriarch, your fame will surely spread far and wide. Suddenly, a thunderous dragon roar echoes through the air. Everyone turns toward the sound and sees several figures riding on dragons as they enter the scene. Seeing this, Nihongi says excitedly, as expected of the 15th Emperor of the Wuji Divine Dynasty, Diwuji. He's actually using a true dragon as a mount. Ning Tian narrows his eyes slightly and repeats, Diwuji. Nihongi continues, yes. It's rumored that he is the strongest among all the successive emperors of the Wuji Divine Dynasty. Hearing that, Ning Tian begins to assess him silently. He far surpasses the 9 Tribulations' great emperor. He might have even reached the half-step God realm. I wonder how he compares to my wife. As Ning Tian thinks of Luo Wuqing, far away, Luo Wuqing suddenly sneezes. Meanwhile, Nihongi continues introducing the others. Those behind him are Grand Ancestor Wang Tian of the Heavenly Secrets Pavilion and the Void God Great Emperor of the Void God Heavenly Palace. Hearing that, Ning Tian thinks to himself with a faint grin, yo, old acquaintances. After observing carefully, Nihongi says, however, for some reason, the Master of the Heavenly Secrets Pavilion didn't come this time. Furthermore, the Void God Heavenly Palace seems to have offended someone recently. Things haven't been peaceful for them. Over on the other side, the moment the Void God Great Emperor notices Ning Tian, he is overwhelmed with fear, cold sweat pouring down his back as he begins to panic. Grand Ancestor Wang Tian glances at him and asks, Void God Great Emperor, what's wrong? The Void God Great Emperor quickly replies, no, it's nothing. He hurriedly looks around and reassures himself, this is the Chaos Grand Assembly. He's from the Heavenly Spirit Domain. There's no way he'd appear here. The dragon then begins descending rapidly, and someone standing atop it calls out, fellow Taoists, let us descend. From below, a loud horn sounds, guiding the dragon to its landing spot, and another voice announces solemnly, the Chaos Grand Assembly officially begins. After some time, Ning Tian sits there growing increasingly impatient. He lets out a sigh and says, it's just been various sects and factions bragging non-stop. They've been at it for over an hour. This is so boring. From beside him, Nihongi says gently, Patriarch, please be patient. We're about to reach the next segment. I'm sure you'll like it. Ning Tian raises an eyebrow and asks, what segment? Nihongi explains, the gathering of 10,000 treasures. To put it simply, everyone brings out the treasures they are most proud of to exchange them, or simply to attract attention. Hearing that, Ning Tian's eyes light up with interest as he says, oh, that does sound quite interesting. So, should I just sweep all these treasures up in one go? At that moment, someone within the Chaos Altar announces loudly, the gathering of 10,000 treasures is about to begin. Everyone, feel free to bring out your own treasures for trade. I hope every fellow Taoist finds their heart's desire. Inside the Chaos Altar, a man excitedly holds up an item and shouts, fellow Taoists, look over here. Immortal grade underwear. It's forged to give you an indestructible body. Nearby, another person draws out a sword and proclaims proudly, this immortal sword cuts through iron like butter. A young woman lifts a spiritual herb high into the air and calls out, 9 turns soul returning grass. Are there any alchemists who want this? All around, people begin taking out their treasures one after another, showing them off and calling for exchanges. Watching all this, Ning Tian thinks to himself, with this treasure basin trial card, can I steal these treasures without making a sound? He then takes out a robe, puts it on, and says calmly, art is mysterious and unpredictable. After that, he gives an order to his system, use treasure basin trial card. The system responds in his mind, treasure basin trial card used successfully. The host will become the incarnation of a treasure magnet, attracting all things. Please be prepared. The moment the treasure basin trial card activates, A golden energy instantly surrounds Ning Tian, radiating outward in a dazzling glow. Seeing this sudden phenomenon, Nihongi stares at him in shock. At that very moment, all the treasures in the Chaos Altar begin rushing toward Ning Tian, drawn to him by an overwhelming force of attraction. Seeing this unbelievable scene, everyone present is completely stunned. Even Ning Tian himself is shocked as he blurts out, "Holy crap! Why is it such a massive spectacle? Wasn't I supposed to quietly steal all the treasures and make them cough up blood in frustration?" The system calmly informs him, "We are treasure gatherers. We will openly seize every treasure and then infuriate everyone to death." Hearing that, Ning Tian nearly explodes in his mind and shouts at the system internally, "Then you should have called it a robbery trial card." Looking at the countless treasures piling up before him, Ning Tian lets out an awkward laugh and mutters, "This time, things have really spiraled out of control." The crowd instantly erupts in fury, shouting angrily, "Who is it? You have no martial ethics. This is blatant robbery. This is absolutely lawless. My immortal pants." From the side, Nihongi looks at Ning Tian in worry and asks, "Patriarch, what in the world are you doing?" Ning Tian gives an embarrassed smile and replies, "Would you believe me if I said I was just doing this to liven up the Chaos Grand Assembly?" Princess Yueling calmly comments from beside him, "That is very typical of the Patriarch." Yuqin immediately nods and adds, "Yeah?" Seeing this outrageous scene, Emperor Diwuji says coldly, "You actually dare to commit open robbery at the Chaos Grand Assembly?" At the same time, the Void God Great Emperor shouts angrily, "You truly have a death wish." All around, the crowd continues roaring at Ning Tian, "No! These 3 types of Tao mastery are recorded on this stele. They can't be stolen. This is too much. Those are our treasures. Quick! Kill him!" Meanwhile, Ning Tian calmly inspects the treasures one by one and says dismissively, "Treasures? These martial arts are trash. This Tao mastery, the sword, fist, and palm Taoists are supposedly at the pinnacle, but this won't do. Their understanding isn't even as deep as mine. Is this all the gathering of 10,000 treasures has to offer?" Hearing his words, the crowd is first stunned, then utterly enraged as they shout, "What did you say? What boastful words? Give our treasures back this instant." Ning Tian waves his hand lightly and says, "No, no, no. That's not what I meant. What I meant was, everyone sitting here, your treasures are all trash." Then, after spotting the Void God Great Emperor, Ning Tian raises his hand and calls out loudly, "Oh! Isn't this Brother Shinsu? Brother Shinku! I've already handled the 1,000,000 cultivators you told me to rob. We agreed on the payment, so don't be short by even a single bill." Emperor Diwuji's expression turns cold with anger as he looks at the Void God Great Emperor and asks, "Shinsu, was all of this ordered by the Void God Heavenly Palace?" Hearing that, the Void God Great Emperor panics instantly, cold sweat soaking his back as he stammers, I didn't." Before he can finish, Ning Tian continues casually from the side, "Brother Shinsu, did you forget? How about I pay a visit to your home to give you a little reminder?" The Void God Great Emperor forces an awkward smile toward Emperor Diwuji while thinking in terror, "This bringer of calamity, if I offend him again." He quickly says, "Emperor, that day I was just talking nonsense while drunk. I didn't expect the Patriarch to actually take it seriously." Emperor Diwuji stares at him sharply and asks, "Brother Shinsu, are you saying that the truth comes out after a few drinks?" The Void God Great Emperor hurriedly shakes his head and replies, "Absolutely not." At the same time, he thinks bitterly, "Damn it, the Patriarch is aiming for total destruction. He wants to use Diwuji's hand to wipe out the Void God Heavenly Palace." Hearing this exchange, the surrounding crowd is struck dumb, as if thunder has suddenly exploded in their minds. Emperor Diwuji falls into deep thought, his gaze unreadable. From the side, Ancestor Wang Tian says with interest, "That kid is quite interesting. No wonder the Pavilion Master told me to keep a close eye on him. He is indeed fascinating." Meanwhile, the Void God Great Emperor sits stiffly upon his throne, trembling in fear, his face pale as water. Seeing his strange behavior, Ancestor Wang Tian asks the Void God Great Emperor, "Shinsu, what's wrong with you? In that shaken state, the Void God Great Emperor mutters under his breath, "There's no mistake. That voice is definitely him. But the Heavenly Spirit Domain and the Sky Dome Domain are so far apart. How did he get here?" Ancestor Wang Tian watches him mumbling to himself but cannot make sense of it. Meanwhile, the Void God Great Emperor thinks bitterly, "Forget it. Giving in will keep me safe. I'll just play dead." At that moment, Emperor Diwuji releases a surge of pressure and demands in a booming voice, "Who are you? This is the Chaos Grand Assembly. How can a small fry like you be allowed to cause such a disturbance?" Seeing Diwuji's fury, Nihongi turns pale and exclaims, "Diwuji is furious." Emperor Diwuji then shoots a sharp glare at the Void God Great Emperor and says coldly, "It's better if it isn't." Ancestor Wang Tian clicks his tongue inwardly and thinks, "What a clever move, shifting the blame like that. As expected of the first person the Pavilion Master has taken an interest in for tens of thousands of years." Watching this unfold, Nihongi says in astonishment, "Heavens, the Void God Heavenly Palace actually has to swallow such a bitter pill in silence." Ning Tian chuckles softly and says, "Hee hee, that old guy knows what's good for him." At that very moment, a figure rides in standing atop a flying sword. He bursts into loud laughter and declares arrogantly, "Ha ha ha." As the saying goes, the protagonist always makes his entrance last. In such a grand assembly, I, the 10,000 Swords Son of God, am the protagonist. He then looks at Ning Tian and says greedily, "There are actually so many treasures here? Since I have seen them, then these things are destined to be mine." The surrounding crowd instantly cries out in despair, "Heavens, it's that arrogant 10,000 Swords Son of God. Another robber has arrived. Our treasures, two great thieves." From the side, Nihongi quickly tells Ning Tian, Patriarch, that person is the 10,000 Swords Son of God. His arrogance and tyranny are well known throughout the Chaos Imperial Domain. Ning Tian gives a faint smile and says calmly, "He's finally here. I was just worried I'd have to return empty-handed today." In the next instant, the Son of God charges straight toward Ning Tian, intent on attacking, and shouts, "Kid, get lost from me." Seeing this, Nihongi grows anxious. Emperor Diwuji and Ancestor Wang Tian both watch with keen interest to see what will happen next, while the Void God Great Emperor secretly feels delighted. However, in the blink of an eye, the Son of God is struck by Ning Tian, sent flying, and crashes heavily onto the ground, injured and stunned.